enjoy a good look at what is arguably the most exciting new EV in recent history. Heck, I'll say ever. This is the Renault 5 Turbo 3E. The E, of course, standing for electric. And this thing is stunning. Now, I'm here at the launch of the event, so I haven't got a long time to talk to you about this car, but I've got some facts and figures written down in my new Renault book, which I'm going to be sharing with you. Hello, you're watching Driven. My name is John Marcar, and this is the new Renault 5 Turbo 3E. Now, the first thing that I have to make very clear is that this car, as you see it here, is not a concept car. This is admittedly a clay model of the car, but as you see it in its exact form, it is exactly as you potentially will be able to walk into a Renault showroom and purchase. And I think that that is amazing. And there's loads of things about this new Turbo 3E that are very exciting and very special, given that this is exactly how the road car is going to look. And I've written down a few notes. Firstly, part sharing. Just like all the best rally homologation cars, and of course we know where we're going with this, there are very few parts shared with the standard road-going Renault 5. In fact, I can probably count them on one hand. The windscreen, the wing mirrors, the rear lights, and the door handles, which will be around here. Those are the only parts shared with the standard Renault 5 road car. Everything else is custom built for this car. And that makes it pretty cool. Now, Renault are calling this a mini-supercar, the first of its kind, and rightly so, because it packs supercar performance. And I'll get to some of those parts in a bit. But before talking about the performance, I want to stick on the styling a little bit, because if you see all these vents, we've got vents on the bonnet here, we've got vents on the side. These are all functional. They're not for show, they're to cool batteries and to cool the cooling system, which will have a big radiator at the front of the car. This is a pretty impressive thing. Now, facts and figures. As I say, this little car packs a punch. 540 brake horsepower, plus 4,800 Newton meters of torque, and it's all delivered exclusively to the rear wheels. Now, despite all that power going to the rear wheels, it's worth me mentioning that this EV has not one, but two electric motors, which you might suspect, well, that would mean surely one would go to the front. No, the two motors are inboard, they're in the wheels. So that means you've got a maximum performance in terms of putting the power down for both circuit driving, fast road driving, you name it. It's designed to be driven quickly, and thanks to, well, its design, you'll be able to do exactly that. All of that acceleration will enable a 0 to 60 time in just 3.5 seconds. And I know what your next question is, so I'm going to answer it for you before you even get a chance to ask it. It's 1,450 kilos. Now, that weight might change slightly depending on what sort of options you decide to tick on when you decide to buy one. Now, it's not only fast to drive, it's also fast to charge, and a charge with a 350 kilowatt charger will go from 15% to 80% in about 15 minutes. Pretty good. And then once fully charged, you can expect a WLTP real-world range of about 240 miles. That is assuming you're going to be driving it sedately, which you're probably not, so expect less. Now, this incredible little 1980s hot hatch inspired beast is going to be produced in limited numbers, and that limited number is, well, actually 1980. 1,980 of these units will be available to purchase, and the order books will be open very soon. Now, the question you're probably going to want to know as well is, well, how much is this thing going to cost? It is a good question, and currently at this exact moment in time, Renault can't tell me, but they have given me a little guide. Expect it to be around £130,000. But, and it's a big but, if you're looking to customise one of these and add your own little touches, then that price could quite easily be pushed up to nearer to £200,000. £200,000 for an EV hot hatch. Would you spend that? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you'd like to learn more about this fantastic little EV, head on over to the website now, because I've typed up some words, driven.site/words, to see more on this brand new Renault 5 Turbo 3E. I think it looks fantastic.